Hello and welcome back to Marketing with Jackie. Today we are diving into part 2 of how to optimize your Facebook ads. And today we're going to jump into the ad set level, which is where you'll set up your audience targeting. And I'm going to show you some ways that you could optimize your ads in the ad set level. Now, before we dive in, just a quick reminder that optimizing really is just a fancy word for testing. So basically what we're going to do when we are optimizing your ads is we're going to make one change every week to 2 weeks, depending on the budget and how much data you're collecting. But one change every 1 to 2 weeks, and we're going to see how that performs. Now, if that improves performance on your ads and your cost per action, then we're going to keep that change and test a different change. If it declines your performance, or your performance gets worse, it gets more expensive, then we want to remove that change. And basically what we're learning is what is working for your audience and your targeting and your campaign versus what's not working. So we know what to do in the future and what not to do. And that really is all optimizing is. Every account is different, and I recommend testing different things regardless of whether people have told you it has worked or hasn't worked, because as I said, it can be different in every single campaign. All right, now we're going to jump into our ads manager. Alrighty, so as you can see, we are inside the wonderful ads manager of Facebook, which can definitely be very daunting and confusing. So today we're going to jump into this campaign that we can see. I'm just running this campaign at $10 per day. It is a lead generation campaign, which means I am targeting a cold audience. I'm wanting to attract new people into my business. So I'm going to jump in and highlight this campaign and click this tab here, which is the ad set for this campaign. So this is my targeting. Now, as you can see, I have 2 ad sets. So I've got cold interest broad and cold interest V2 broad. So the V2 for me just means version 2. Basically, this is where I've made some different interests targeting in order to see what's working. Okay, so as you can see, I am looking at April 1st to April 30th. So I'm looking at a 30-day window. Now, when you're looking at your data, it is really important to look at a larger period of time, like 30 days, rather than just looking at 1 to 2 days or even a 7-day window. Your ad results can vary over time, and looking at a larger window is going to give you a better idea of what actually is working and what isn't. But just 7 days is fine as well, depending on how much data you are collecting. But yeah, just keep in mind, it is always best to have a larger window of time so you can get a more accurate idea of what's working and what's not working. So taking a look at this campaign, we can see that the original audience, this one here, got 106 leads at $2.26 per lead, whereas the version 2 audience got 32 leads at $1.90 per lead. Now, that's quite a big difference, 106 and 32, but I am using campaign budget optimization, which means I'm allowing Facebook's algorithm to decide which ad set to give the most budget to, and this is based on its performance. So it's given the most budget to the original audience at $239 for this month and only $60 for the secondary audience. Now, you might be thinking, but the secondary audience is cheaper, so why isn't Facebook giving it? Well, if I take a look at March, let's have a look at those dates. We can see that the original audience was actually quite a bit cheaper than the new audience. So this is something that can happen over time as this audience begins to perform better and optimize, that the cost will actually get lower. So like I said, it's really important to look at a broader period of time rather than just narrowing it down. And that's how you're going to find out what's working for you. All right, so I'm going to jump into this ad set by clicking the edit button, and I'm going to show you some of the optimizations you can make at the ad set level. So as we scroll down through your ad set, you're going to come across this audience section. Now, this is where you should input your targeting. So you would input it by what location you want to target, the age demographic, the gender demographic, as well as any interests. And you might also want to create your own audiences, such as lookalike audiences or custom audiences, depending on your campaign. For this one, this is a cold audience, so I'm wanting to target people who haven't heard of me yet because I'm wanting to attract them to my brand. So I'm using interest targeting for this. So some of the things that you can test is you can actually add in exclusions or and must also matches. So what I've done is I've taken my audience interest. So I know that they're interested in things like email marketing, creative entrepreneurship, Amy Porterfield, social media marketing, they're female entrepreneurs. I know that they're small business owners and they're freelancers. However, I also want them to be a Facebook page admin. So if they're interested in any of these things and they're a Facebook page admin, they'll be included in my audience and they'll see my ads. So the great thing by adding this and also match, it means I'm guaranteeing that the only people who are going to see my ads are people that do have a Facebook business account. Now that's really important to me because I am targeting other small business owners. So I don't want my ads being shown to people who are just thinking about starting a business because they're not really ready for my services yet. So I want to ensure they have an established business. So this is a really fantastic way for me to do that. And that's one of the optimizations that I have added into this. Now, other optimizations, I might want to broaden the age range. I might want to add different detailed targeting in here and see what's working. But this is just something that is different to every single campaign and every single business. So try adding different interests and different behaviors that your audience might have and see how that works and see if you can optimize further from there. Now, another really great optimization you might want to add are the placements. So generally when you set up your campaign, you'll automatically be selecting automatic placements as this is recommended by Facebook. And basically what this means is that automatic placements will maximize your budget and help show your ads to more people. What that means is you're going to use all of Facebook's delivery systems. So Facebook will decide where your ad gets shown, when it gets shown, on what platforms and that kind of thing. So if you choose manual placements, you actually decide where your ad gets shown. And for me personally, I am using the Facebook feed, the Instagram feed, Instagram Explore, as well as Instagram stories and Facebook stories. I would also use Reels. However, as you can see, this is being grayed out, and that's because my ad creative doesn't allow me to use Reels. It's not suitable for it. So why have I chosen these areas? The reason that I've chosen these areas is because I've actually been tracking where I'm getting the most leads from within my campaigns previously. So what that means is I previously had automatic placements on, and I would track where my leads were coming from, which placements were people actually clicking on my ads and filling out their details. And then once I knew that it was primarily from the Facebook and Instagram feed and stories, that's when I knew to switch over to manual placements. So we're going to go back to the campaign level and I'm going to show you how to track that. Now, there technically are two ways of tracking this, and I'm going to show you how to do it on this platform. But I will also let you know that if you are tracking your ads and your conversions correctly in Google Analytics and you are using URL parameters in Facebook ads, that is a more accurate way of tracking how your placements are going. But you can also use it on the campaign level. So I'm going to jump into one of my earlier campaigns and I'm going to switch this back to a maximum date. And let's jump into this campaign. So we're going to click on breakdown over on the left-hand side and we're going to select by delivery. And as you scroll down, you will find the option of placement and we're going to click on that one. Now, as you will see, Facebook is going to give me all of the placements that came through. So what we're looking at are the results. So these are the Facebook leads I received, and we're looking at where we're getting them from. So as you can see, I got them from Facebook stories, the Facebook feed on mobile app and desktop are different. And then I didn't get it from Instant Article, in-stream videos, marketplace, search results, or video feeds, but I did get it from the Instagram feed and the Instagram Explore and Instagram stories. So as you can see, these other placements really just got me no results. And that is why I stopped showing my ads in those areas, because I am wasting my budget. Every time someone sees my ad, that's costing me money. Facebook is charging me per impression. So I don't want these people seeing my ads in these areas because they're just not getting me any results. So that's why I've switched over to manual placements for them. And that is one of the biggest optimizations that I think you can make at the ad set level to ensure your ads are performing the best that they possibly can be. And as I said, apart from optimizing the placements, optimizing the audience targeting is the next best thing you can do. And just remember that every change you make, if it improves your performance, that is amazing and you've done a great job. Whereas if your performance declines, it's also okay because you just turn that off, you go back to what you had originally, and now you know what isn't working for you. So it's a learning experience. So just remember that Facebook ads are an investment, and you will need to do some optimizations and find out what works, but also what doesn't work for you. Okay, thank you guys. That is everything I wanted to go through today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. And if you would love to see part 3 and how to optimize your ads in the ad level, then make sure you hit subscribe because I will be dropping that video shortly. Have a wonderful day.